All right, here we go. It's 5 o'clock. We're going to call the July 18th meeting for the Utility Service Board to order. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the July 5th meeting. Are there any changes or additions to the minutes? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
And all those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. We will now go on to the approval of the claims. So we'll start with the standard invoices with a grand total of $421,148.60. Are there any questions about any of the charges? I do have two questions. On page 5, this Potomac Electrical Services, this power failure, that's a charge of almost $38,000 or over $38,000. What happened there? And Vic, if we can't get answers on that,
It was a power failure at the Blucher Pool plant that disabled the UV disinfection system. So I don't know whether it was a grid failure or whether it was a switchgear failure in the plant, but I will find out and get back to you next time.
I'm assuming is that for service to come
To come out
fix
and
that?
fix
or?
fix what was wrong there. Yeah.
Wow, okay, that's a lot of money. All right, and then I had a question on, at least I thought I did, I thought I had marked 2 on here. Oh, yes, on page 1, the Aztecas, the storeroom inventory module, what is that?
I'm trying to find it here.
It's on page 1, about halfway down.
Azteca storeroom inventory module for supply is, I believe that's for New World, but I don't know for sure, and I'll find out.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
again-
Missy's out sick today.
Absolutely, it's
so-
not a problem, and I see no problem holding on paying on
Yeah.
any of these unless the board has any
Yeah, that
opposition
one,
to it.
they've been improving the data collection for all the inventory activities and, as part of the asset management deployment.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that makes sense.
But I'll get straight answer and send it out.
Great. So is there a motion to approve the accounts payable?
So moved.
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Our next item is the utility bills for a grand total of $81,997.54. Any questions on those? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The utility bills expenditure passes. Next item is wire transfers for a total of $542,479.06. Any questions on the wire transfers? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? With we approved the wire transfers for this week. The next item is customer refunds, and the customer refunds total $775.12. Are there any questions on the customer refunds? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, the customer refunds are approved. Before we move on to the next item, there's no standard claims this month, or this bi-weekly, whatever this is? Okay.
There is no consent agenda. this
Okay, great. Old business, we are going to have a report from Nolan on the solar panels.
Hello, Nolan Hendon, the Administration Division. Just wanted to give a brief update on the solar panels based on questions asked last meeting. So just a quick Reminder, we have 4 solar arrays throughout our CVU facilities. We have one at Dillman, one at Monroe, one at our Southeast Booster, and one at our service center here. And they have all been performing as they were expected to when built, so we've been producing what we've expected to. There are some caveats to that. With Dillman, as you all know, there's been a lot of construction happening there, so there's been some planned outages as well as some not planned outages, which you all have addressed as a board, I believe, a few times. So that means that the arrays haven't always been on and producing and connected to the grid when that's happened. So that's something that we shouldn't expect going forward. And then at Monroe, it's been producing for the most part ever since it's been online, since I think 2020, the full facility went online. There has been some communications issues, which on the part that actually communicates to us what it's producing. And since that facility uses so much energy, none of what we're producing doesn't go back to the grid. It all stays in our facility. So it's hard for us to actually see what we're producing unless we have that meter working. So when it has been working, like I said, it's been doing as expected, but we don't have full years worth of data because of that. So those are a few of the details. I guess a high point with this building, it produced 76% of all the electricity we used in 2021. And we did just update our outdoor lighting last year during that time, so that might go up some. So that's exciting to see we're close to a net zero on site here with this building. So those are the main points. If there's any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Great. No, thanks, Nolan. Are there any other questions? Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Nolan. Okay. Is there any new business from the board? Is there any new business from staff?
Nope.
I don't think we had any
We
subcommittees.
did not.
Staff reports.
I've got a few, but I won't, they're all very interesting. The first one is July 29th, that's a week from Friday. There will be a celebration of 50 years of the relationship between the Parks and Rec Department and utilities regarding the management of Lake Griffey. They will have been managing the lake since 1971, or since 1972, so it's 50 years. So there will be a celebration there at Lake Griffey. I'll make sure that you all get all the details as that firms up. The second thing is, and I know Kirk White knows about this, we are working with new faculty at IU to look into doing surveillance for viruses, not just SARS-CoV-2, but also some other viruses appear to be possible. We are organizing a meeting with the mayor's office, Indiana University, IU Health. We've invited the county, the South Central Sewer District, and there was one more organization to participate in some discussions about what's possible for, IU, sorry, and to look at what's possible in terms of community surveillance for viruses in our wastewater going forward. So we're really excited about that, and it's a great opportunity for us, I think. Also, the algal, or the virus counts in our wastewater continue to be in about the same range, from about 600 to 1,200, kind of wobbling around in there. We haven't had a string of non-detects again, and anecdotally, we've had a number of cases here at CBU in the last couple of weeks. So it's certainly spreading rapidly right now through the community, so everyone should just continue to be vigilant about it. Another microbiological thing is that with the unusually hot summer, and it's been very, very hot, the algal counts in the raw water at Monroe are as high as we've ever seen them. We have had some detections of algal toxins in the raw water, but our treatment process has been set up to ensure that as much as possible those are removed. We have not had any hits of algal toxins in the finished water. The other thing that happens is in really hot weather, if we go a long time without any rain, it's pretty common for us to get taste and odor chemicals There's a chemical called geosmin that, a small percentage of people can pick up at a concentration, I think it's 7 micrograms per liter. We hit just about 7 once, but then we got the rain and it went back down. So we're staying on alert for algal toxins and taste and odor chemicals, but it's been a difficult summer this year, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much easier.
Quick question for you on that. So I know like last summer, that was a concern with the taste, and I guess help me out here, people. I don't know.
We did take some
Okay.
action, so I'm happy to talk about that.
I'm sorry, say that again?
We did take some action, so.
Okay, yes, that's what I meant. So I know we took action last summer, and we're checking the levels right now. So if, I guess, and I know it took a long time to cycle. Once we detected it, it was already through the system, and it took days and weeks to get it out, through everybody flushed out. So are we catching it enough ahead of time this time that if there is that taste, that we can fix it before it gets weeks ahead, weeks
And-
out? And
Exactly.
Okay, thank
We're
you.
feeding.
Sorry.
Well, last year, we were doing building a new chemical feed building at the Monroe plant intake. And one of the chemicals we can feed there is potassium permanganate, and that permanganate can remove some of these species. So that building wasn't finished last year. We were feeding from a tote. It wasn't real reliable. The feed could go up and down and that sort of thing. Now we have the chemical feed building that you all approved building it. The new chemical feed building is working great. And so we're feeding potassium permanganate and activated carbon to try to control all of these things. That's algal toxins and geosmin and MIB, the taste and odor species. So we're hoping we've got some knobs to turn, and we're using those.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry.
Great question.
Is there anything else about that water quality question? I have one more item. Okay, this is a save the date item. The Friends of Lake Monroe are trying to organize a Lake Monroe Day on the 18th of September. They've invited CBU to participate with plant tours and those kinds of things. So that will be firming up over the coming weeks, but I just wanted to, we were invited to do that this week. I think it sounds like a great idea to raise awareness, and I'm hoping board members will be interested in attending.
Can you repeat that date, Vic?
September 18th, it's
Thank
a
you.
Sunday. And that's all I have, thank you.
I do have one thing from the board, and that is I know that that Brad, now I'm losing my memory here. That Brad Schrader has left, and has anyone else?
Well,
Since-
Tom Axum had announced his retirement some
Okay.
weeks ago.
I just know that and I was looking through our minutes in the last couple of meetings, and as a board, we had not recognized them and thanked them for their hard work. It's been a pleasure working with both Tom and with Brad, and I know, I hope I speak for the other board members, that we will miss them and have truly enjoyed having them as part of the team.
And they've been really, really successful in helping move the organization forward. And, Tom spent 32 years here, so his service is very much, we take it with a lot of gratitude. We, by the way, are doing interviews this week for 2 of the AD positions and another one next week.
Excellent.
Have any recognition events, retirement receptions, or that sort of thing?
Well, we usually put them in our employee newsletter, but with the short staffing and admin, we haven't been producing that the last several months. But we do recognize them when we do, well, I guess our holiday picnic, we do make mention of them, and then also when we do our year-end review here as well.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else from the board? All right. If there's any petitions and communications from anyone else, I don't see any other visitors in the room, so with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. We are adjourned.